Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast. This is the Fury of Barbarians 2 semi-final match between, yes, again, me and Panda Warrior, both part of the Agony clan. And I'm playing as the Barbarians in this first game, and Panda Warrior is the Eastern Roman Empire. Very interesting choice by him to bring the Eastern Romans against the Burgundians. We'll see if it pays out. But again, this is a best of 7, so it could potentially take very long. We'll see. So Burgundians against ERE, normally favored, but I'm gonna go over my build. So I have Burgundian Guard Bronze 1 General with fast charge, so a little bit of a switch up there. Then I have 6 of these Royal Lancers. They are all Bronze 1. I have a single Germanic archer on each flank. Then I have in total 3 scattershot hurlers and 2 of these Germanic bows. Now for the infantry, of course, 6 Burgundian axemen. Now what does Panda have, if I may ask? So he has a very funny build. Let's just put it that way. I don't see where his general is, but it's basically a box, and my game is lagging already looking at this box. But anyway, he has Palatina Guards Bronze 1 General with Brace, of course. Skirmisher-wise, we see a Funditores, an Elite Ballistari, and another Elite Ballistari. All of these units in loose formation, so he can tank as much of the damage. Now, what he does have, though, he only has 2 cav units, but it's 2 Clibonari, so really strong cavalry, actually. For his, let's see, for his infantry, though, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Menelotoi, right? And they seem to all be supported by Numeroi. 1, 2, 3, no, 2 Numeroi here. Right, and then Projectores Domestici, 1 on each flank, and then up front 2 Projectores Domestici. So 4 Projectores Domestici, 2 Numeroi, it seems like it is. Indeed. And then in the center, a Numeroi with the Palatina. So, very interesting box here by Panda, and it actually isn't very bad at all, considering, if you think about it. Because, yes, I have a lot of skirmishers, like, oh, great, I'm gonna win this for sure. Nope. Well, because let's look at this. So, if I shoot at these Elite Ballistari and those Finitores that are in loose formation, all 3 of his skirmishers, so that's a very good move by him, the fact that they're in loose formation, I mean, it's going to take a lot of my ammo, because look at these Elite Ballistari. Not only are they in loose formation, but they have 25 armor, 99 health, so I'll have to use so many missiles in order to kill his missiles, so it's going to be so long for me to kill them. Of course, this Finitores, I'm targeting it down. It's like the easiest unit I can kill. It's the most efficient one for me to get rid of. But his Elite Ballistari, you can see me shooting them here, and he's just blocking so many shots. Like, I'm barely doing any damage to these Ballistari because of their armor, and I'm using so much ammo. Okay, I killed his Funditores, doing damage to this Elite Ballistari, but I'm losing my skirmisher ammo in the process. And it's not like I can just be like, alright, fine, I'm not gonna shoot your Elite Ballistari. I don't care. I have to shoot them, because if I don't shoot them, he's gonna kill them. He's gonna kill me with them, because they have so much ammo and they have so much damage potential that I have to kill them. And I can't charge in with cavalry because, well, there's spikes behind them, so I have to shoot them. And yeah, it's just not a very good trade for me at all. So here, we're both trying to be annoying, but at this point I'm like super annoyed by this tactic that I can't really break it at the moment. I am shooting the Menelotoi though in the rear, which is a very good move by me, but by this point I don't have a lot of ammo left on the Germanic archers, so I'm like, and the thing is, he still has these Elite Ballistari, which I guess, okay, I'm killing, but I can't kill fast enough. Like, I can't kill these Menelotoi fast enough. Yes, I'm killing some of them, but he still has a lot, and he's actually, look at this nice move by Panda here. So he's using these Numeroi over here to protect the rear of his Menelotoi and of these Projectores Domestici, because he's using the defensive testudo of both of these units. Actually, but the Projectores Domestici, though, they have not defensive testudo. In fact, they have a different ability called attacking Testudo. So yeah, right now, still has the elite Ballistari. They've actually gotten a lot of kills considering that I've been focusing on them with all these missiles. So right now, his elite Ballistari have paid for themselves. But let's think about it this way. What would happen? Oh, this is a very funny bug because these units are just on top of each other, so the game doesn't know which icon to show. Ha! That's crazy. It keeps twitching. that's I have never seen that before. That's funny. But anyway, so yeah, he's elite Ballistari, even though they haven't killed much. The thing is that they've done damage to the Royal Lancers. Look, he's actually killed a fair amount of Royal Lancers, 2 here and then 4 here. So that's actually pretty significant in the grand scheme of things, especially considering that not only has he killed some of my units, he has also wasted all my ammo, because I can't just be like, okay, I'm not going to target those elite Ballistari at all, I'm just going to ignore them and shoot the rest, because then the elite Ballistari would just kill me so fast, and here he's doing even more damage. It's not like I can target the elite Ballistari, like it's like such a conundrum for me right now. Now he's using Flaming Shot to kill my Royal Lancers here, and at this point I'd say that it's pretty much GG. I'd say that it was GG from the beginning, because this was a very nice counter build by Panda against the Burgundians. I mean, this is very, very well done, actually. It's kind of hard to break this, honestly. So here, I charge in. I can't really hit anything. I don't get any kills on the charge. Okay, I kill like 1 man, I pull out, and I lose more than I kill. So is that worth it? No, it's not. Here, I try and go in with the axes on the flanks, but he charges in with his cavalry, so I can't move out my Royal Lancers, because if I do, I'm gonna get hit by the pikes and his elite Ballistari. But then I can't go in with Burgundian Axemen, because he has Menelato on all sides. So I just can't. Okay, so here I charge into the pikes, but I can't do anything else. Like, I'm trying to charge the flank of his units, but what is there for me to do right now? Like, if I could magically teleport some melee units over here and then hit the rear of his units, then that would be game over, but I can't get inside the box. This is a true pro box by the pro boxer himself, Panda Warrior. So I can't beat it. I just can't break it right now. As you can see, I'm trying to break through, but I can't, because it's Menelato. It's not like it's just Menelato alone who have a really nice time at holding from the front. They're supported by Projectores Domestici. They're supported by Palatina. So good luck for me trying to break through here, but I just can't. Okay, I'm getting some kills here, but I'm losing more in the process. He gets a really nice Glibnari charge off. I can't counter charge. But at this point, I'm just so frustrated, I decide to attack everywhere. I just can't do this. Like, there's no way for me to break the box. This has too much infantry and like a couple of skirmishers, which makes it impossible for me. I can't even use my Royal Lancers. Like, I have such strong cavalry, and I can't use it because he has spikes. But just think about it for a second. Like, there is a way to counteract this, of course, but I'd have to expect that build from him, and it's much easier for him to expect this Burgundian build than it is for me to expect this Eastern Roman build, because had I expected this Eastern Roman build, of course there are counters. Like, for instance, I can go 4 Germanic archers and 4 crossbowmen myself, and what is he gonna do against that? Nothing. He's just gonna die to, like, the crossbowmen. Like, and then I can just not bring as many Royal Lancers, bring like maybe 3 or something like that, and bring more infantry, like Noble Germanic Swordsmen that are heavy, even if it's Noble Germanic Swordsmen. But yeah, this is the first game. It's a very nice counter build by Panda Warrior, actually, against the Burgundians. I really like what he did here, even though it annoyed me very much. It is tactically sound, so to speak. And if you look at his Menelato, just look at all the kills they got here, and even the ones that didn't get so many kills, they didn't really die. But yeah, some of them, I almost killed some of the Menelato, wow. But in the process, they nearly killed, well, they killed 200 plus of my men, so yeah. I mean, as you can see here, even the Projectores Domestici and the Palatina didn't do so badly themselves, because they were covered by the Menelato, so they were doing quite a decent job considering. Now the Ballistari, his elite Ballistari, they got more kills towards the end of the game because I was unable to kill them. Like, I simply didn't have enough ammo. In this Clibadari, of course, he used them very, very well. He killed a lot of Burgundian Axemen. His Praetores were used very nicely too, and this was just a decisive defeat, as you can see here. Don't see that too often when somebody uses Burgundians, but definitely a very good counter build by Panda Warrior here. So, currently 1-0 for Panda Warrior. I shall see you in game number 2. 2 of the match, I'm playing as the Huns, and Panda Warrior is in command of the Jutes. So this matchup is actually kind of, I mean, it's not the worst matchup for me, but it is a bit rough, to be honest. Like Jutes, they can bring Huskarls. I mean, if I can bring extra skirmish cav, it is definitely. I think that the Huns would be favored if they were allowed to bring extra skirmish cav, but otherwise, I'd put the Jutes as favored for sure. But yeah, let's go into slow motion and get into this game very soon. Just give me 1 second, guys. I need to deal with something. Gotta deal with something. Alright. Sorry about that. Here we go. So, again, I'm playing as the Huns. I have a Steppe Chieftain Bronze 1 General with Brace. Then I have, as you can see, some Noble Steppe Cataphracts. I have 1 Noble Steppe on each flank, then this Elite Hunnic Lancer and 2 Steppe Cataphracts. Now you may be wondering why I haven't brought just full Noble Steppe Cataphracts. And there are actually multiple reasons why. So if I were to take only Noble Steppe Cataphracts, I would be unable to have more infantry than he does, because he just match my Noble Steppe with his Nordic Horse Lords and then follow up with Huskarls. He'd have the same amount of infantry. However, by using some of these cheaper shock cav instead, if I can charge the shock cav in, if they get a charge off against the Horse Lords, they won't do as badly. I mean, if I send Warrior support in. And what this allows me to do is, well, you'll see soon enough. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Warriors and 2 Chosen Wars. So that's 8 good infantry. Now for Panda Warrior, he has his Nordic Warlord General with Brace. Then he has, of course, 6 Royal Huskarls, so the best of the infantry the Jutes can offer. Probably, yeah, the best infantry in the game. It's 2-handed axes. I mean, Hettery Guard, you could argue that they're probably better, but they're all much more expensive. That is for sure. So Royal Huskarls are definitely better than them, and Huskarls, I'd say that regular Huskarls are even more, even better. I'd say, at least in terms of cost efficiency. So yeah, he does have 6 axes, and that's what I mean by me gaining an infantry advantage, because I have 1 in numbers, maybe not in quality, but as you can see, I do have 2 extra good infantry units compared to him. I still have the same amount of cavalry, and I still have some Noble Steppe Cataphracts. So that's why I brought not so many Noble Steppe Cataphracts, so I could bring more good infantry. And I mean, that is one reason. The second reason is that Steppe Cataphracts don't do as horribly against Nordic Horse Lords. Whereas, for instance, if he had like Stigman Cataphracts or Royal Lancers, I definitely wouldn't have brought Steppe Cataphracts, because they just would have gone and slaughtered, right? Like from this on the charge. Whereas Noble Steppe Cataphracts, yes, they still get slaughtered against Royal Lancers, but not as horribly. Anyway, the rest of his composition, let's go over his missiles. He has, looks like Panda has a hurler on each flank and then 2 hurlers in the center, supported by 2 Nordic bows. So that is his build. Let's just fast forward. As you can see, this is a quick one. I'm using my step bows here, targeting his hurlers, but he's actually, looks like he's just planning to rush in here. Here I make a massive mistake with the Steppe Cataphracts. I push forward, he shoots me with hurlers and does a lot of damage to me. Now, it looks like I didn't even get a charge off with my Steppe Cataphracts against the Horse Lords. Not sure why, maybe I just misclicked. So that's really bad for me, actually. The Steppe Cataphract just dying to the Hurler's support. Now he's gonna go in with Royal Huskarls, which I'm targeting down with my own bows, but I just can't kill them fast enough. It's not like I have Scattershot Hurlers or Nordic Hurlers or something. These Steppe bows need more time to do damage. But yeah, over here, as you can see, targeting down his Nordic Horse Lords.
The enemy is attacking our general.
I mean, Hurlers, I'm killing this unit. Also doing some damage to these Horse Lords over here, even slowing them down. I mean, that's more important. But here I'm gonna have to engage my general, because if I don't do that, my wars would get charged, and that would be bad. So I'm gonna go engage my general, but right now he's targeting my general down with hurdlers. Good move by him. Here, as you can see, the engagements over here, the noble step cataphracts, well, you'd expect them to destroy completely the Nordic horse lords, as it's happening here, but he got his support much quicker into the fight. However, I'm gonna send in multiple wars here, and that's why I have more infantry that I can send in here. But still, he's still gonna be able to grind them very well, especially if he continues to get these cav charges off. Because he killed one step cataphract, then this Royal Huscarl. Just look at how cost effective it is against war warriors, that Royal Huscarl. And the same thing here, the wars dying to horse lords and Royal Huscarls. I still have wars in here that I can send in. Looks like I'm gonna go in for this horse lord, and I'm gonna get a nice charge on it. But as you can see here, my general's off the field, and he actually died even though he was wavering, despite having 20 men left. So that's a little bit unfortunate by me, I guess. But yeah, these wars, now the game isn't looking so good for me at all. I think there were chances to win it for sure had my general not died, but now a lot of units will just start wavering. I mean, I still had bows left, right? And I still had wars left. I was rear charging here, but now my units just won't hold because my general died, so everything is just chain routing at this point. I killed this unit, and now these Royal Huscarls here would have gotten this. Actually, no, they wouldn't have lost to these wars and chosen wars, but on this flank I would have won for sure. And over here the Royal Huscarls are, looks like they're actually not doing as well as I thought. Maybe they have a different attack, or no, they don't. So they're killing this chosen war off pretty well. But that is game because I mean, my general died there, so nothing I could do. Everything would have simply chain routed. But let's look at the stats. So cavalry wise, I mean, they didn't do so badly, but still not what I wanted to see. Step bows did meh. My wars did not trade very well. My chosen wars didn't do so badly for themselves, actually. But if you look at Panda warrior stats, look at his Huscarls. They just did much more damage. Granted, I managed to like make sure that one of them didn't do too much damage, the one that has 49 kills, but still the others couldn't really deal with them too well at all. His horse lords actually did a very good job against my noble step and my step cataphracts. I mean, you would expect against step cataphracts, but still not against the noble step cataphracts, so he did a good job against them. But yeah, this is game 2, so currently Panda warrior up 2-0 in this best of 7 series. See you in game number 3. Third game of the match, I'm playing as the Langobards and Panda warrior is in command of the Vandals. So this matchup is actually, even though it's a matchup I can win, he has Nobilani and Royal Suebi cavalry, and Vandal Berserkers, which would be kind of annoying to deal with. I mean, he definitely has an advantage when it comes to the infantry, I mean the cav contingent. However, I can more than match him in the infantry, so we'll see how this is gonna play out. So I go over the builds. So my Langobar build, Redoubtable Chieftain Bronze 3 with Brace. Then I have 4 Germanic bows up front, 4 Germanic Lancers in the center, and 1 Noble Germanic Horseman, Bronze 1 on each flank. Now, infantry-wise, you can see that I have Ghanans Chosen, Bronze 1 on the right, and then 3 Ghanans Chosen, Bronze 1 on the left. Then I also have a bunch of Ghanans men, 4 of them, all Bronze 1 as well. So my infantry contingent is actually very strong, I should say, and I quite like that build that I am bringing here. It is partially, I mean, how should I put it? I was partially inspired by the build. I think AK the Legend, or was it Johannes von Bonn used it? I don't know. I don't remember exactly who made that build. But anyway, it is a bit of my own mix to that build, I guess. I prefer this over the build they have used, but yeah, it's still a pretty decent Langobard build, actually. Anyway, for Panda, let's look at his build. Vandal Warlord, Bronze 1, General with Fast Charge. And we see 3 Nobilani Cav supporting him. Then we have this Royal Suebi Cavalry, Bronze 1 on each flank, actually. And as long as I can use my Noble Germanic Horsemen against the Royal Suebi Cavalry, it's not going to be the end of the world. But if his Royal Suebi Cavalry charges into Germanic Lancers, well, it is the end of the world, because the Germanic Lancers would just die on the charge to them, essentially. So yeah, I gotta be really careful in that regard. Now for the skirmishers of Panda Warrior, he has a Germanic archer on each of the flanks, it seems, and in the center we just have mostly hurlers, 3, 4, 5 of these hurlers. So that's a huge skirmish contingent for Panda. Like, this is a Vandal skirmish build. It's pretty insane, actually. Yeah, his Royal Suebi Cavalry, actually bronze 1, all of them, it seems. Interesting he didn't decide to upgrade his Nobilani Cavalry. I would have done that instead, but I guess that can work as well. So here, as you can see, I'm like, okay, there's only 1 cav unit here, but he's supporting with 2. I'm trying to engage here, but I'm going way too quickly into this fight, actually, as you can see here. So I engage here. I pull away because I know that he can actually hit me with the Royal Suebi Cavalry, but here I decide to go around and try and hit his Vandal Berserkers, but he pulls away. I'm trying to make sure his Nobilani don't catch me, and here I'm gonna pull away and actually go in for this Vandal Berserker unit. So I am gonna get a charge off with 51 men left, so I do actually get into that Vandal Berserker unit, which is a good move by me, actually. Even though by pulling through I lost a lot of men, I mean, I made the most out of that crappy situation. Here I have no idea what's happening, because as you can see, some of his Vandal Warlord unit is engaging me, and then some of my unit is doing weird things here. I don't know what my unit actually is doing or engaging, so this was very weird what was happening to that unit. But here, as you can see, I lost the Germanic Lancer without doing too much, so that was not effective at all. And that was actually very ineffective trade for me. Here I have to run away with the God Has Chosen, because I know this engagement is lost, so I have to run away. I do get rear charge though, unfortunately. No engagement over here, but as you can see, I've already lost 2 cav units. I have, however, destroyed this Royal Suebi Cavalry, and now I'm gonna get a good charge off with my Noble Germanic Horsemen into this Vandal Berserker. Gonna support in with some God Has Chosen, but at this point, it's not really a cost-effective trade for me, no matter how I look at it. He still keeps this Nobilani Cavalry unit, which is full. I tried to get in with this Germanic Lancer into his Vandal Berserker unit, but I unfortunately am unable to. Looks like I kind of got another charge off onto them, so I am gonna get decent kills onto this Germanic Lancer, but it's just way too little, actually. I'm gonna get another Germanic Lancer round. I guess I'm trying to go for either this Vandal Berserker or this blob here. Here, I cannot stop this Nobilani, but he's kind of chipping the flank of my God Has Chosen, so he's not doing getting the best charge of his life. And now I turn around after he delivers his charge bonus. He's gonna disengage right as I give the attack order, so he's gonna take some damage disengaging, but not a lot due to the fact that the God Has Chosen isn't full, but still plenty of damage. I'm still chasing him down, he's taking damage. But here the engagement, I do actually get into his Vandal Berserkers, I guess, here. And the Nobilani Cav is here, and it's taking a lot of damage to the God Has, but not quite sure. Okay, he's pulling out his Vandal Berserkers, he's trying to kite. Right now I'm sending Noble Germanic Horsemen through, but I just can't. Oh, I actually didn't give the counter charge, so this Noble Germanic Horseman, bye-bye to it, because I didn't counter charge, essentially. This Nobilani Cav here is going to take a lot of damage in melee against God Has Chosen. Also, I'm using Brace, which is really helping it a lot with the attack against cavalry. They're going to do massive damage against this Nobilani Cav. Just look at this Nobilani Cav falling to the God Has Chosen. So that's an effective trade for me. But here, I mean, trading some infantry away for cavalry is not the worst for me, because overall, I have better infantry and more than he does, but not too much, I guess. And here, the God Has Chosen, I'm flanking this Nobilani Cav, so this is a good engagement for me as well. This engagement here, as you can see, the God Has Men against Vandal Berserkers. God Has Men are clearly winning that, but he's going to follow up with Vandal Berserkers. And I actually forgot to mention that he has a Germanic Crossbowman. I didn't notice that. That's his 8th skirmish unit. Wow. But here, I'm trying to target down this Royal Suebi Cavalry. He's going to move away, and it's smart because going for these skirmishers would be a bit of a waste right now. He needs to support his flank here. Still got his general on the field, 33 men left, only 29 kills, so yeah. But here, his Vandal Berserkers, they're going to go off the field once I get the God Has Men in. And my cavalry here is holding with steady against this Nobilani. My God Has Chosen is helping me kill this unit. But now my general is engaged here. I actually did not use shield wall on him, which is a mistake by me, actually. But now I'm falling back on the left because I know he wants to charge me with the Royal Suebi Cavalry. Had he not had the Royal Suebi Cavalry or his general here, I would have continued pushing through. But here, as you can see, I am using loose formation to try and mitigate the charge as much as possible. Here I'm using the blob to my advantage, trying to pull units away so it gets a bad charge. But here I notice, okay, he's going to engage me with Vandal Berserkers, so let's just go in. I'm going to send in God Has Chosen and another God Has Chosen in here. But he kind of wrecks me on the charge with the Vandal Berserkers, despite me using Rapid Advance here. And now with more Vandal Berserkers going in here, you're going to get excellent charges off and excellent kills as they charge in here. But I broke through on this side. Now he's gonna go around with Vandal Berserkers, and he still has Royal Soviet Cavalry, so that's not good for me. Here, as you can see, I'm engaging these Vandal Berserkers, but now they're out of control. My units aren't, though. So the fact that my units aren't out of control is really hurting me right now. The single Vandal Berserker is being annoying. These Ghanans chosen, they're not gonna round. But I'm trying to target down this Royal Soviet Cavalry, but if it goes for a rear charge, it's bye-bye my units. So it has like... It's gonna get so many kills here with this rear charge against these Ghanans, man. It's gonna be insane. Now I'm trying to make sure that it can't pull out. You look, it just destroyed a full Ghanasman unit. But yeah, now I'm keeping it busy with a bow unit, trying to make sure he doesn't get the charge off. But he does actually charge through and makes it into this Ghanans chosen, so even more damage by his unit. This allows his Vandal Berserkers to go for a rapid advance frenzy charge onto this Ghanans chosen. So bye-bye Ghanans chosen. That's another Ghanans chosen off the field. So, and with that move, this Royal Soviet Cavalry, he just gave himself a huge advantage into this game, And now he has an infantry advantage. Well, maybe not infantry advantage, but he definitely has... He still has skirmishers left and his general and this Royal Soviet Cavalry. Yes, the Royal Soviet Cavalry is going to die soon. Yes, he doesn't have much ammo left on his skirmishers. And yeah, but problem is my unit over here is just doing weird things. Yes, it's out of control, but it's really doing very strange things at the moment. But getting focused by all these units, especially with precision shot, bye-bye. There's also this Germanic crossbow. So yeah, while I'm probably going to be able to win this melee engagement, the thing is, I'm getting focused, and the thing is, I'm not even going to win the melee engagement. Ghanans chosen here, losing against Vandal Berserkers. Redoubtable Chieftain here, holding against Vandal Berserkers, but still not good enough. I am targeting down his general again, but I cannot kill him. He's down to 33 men left, and now his crossbows. I guess he's soon going to start targeting my bows, or no, he's not. The bows are starting to die, I guess. Oh yeah, he actually went... His Berserkers went Berserk into my bow unit, and that's how the game is over. So if we look at statistics, let's see how it actually went. Yeah, Lancers didn't do great, but I mean, they weren't too bad against the Noble Ani, I guess. And the Royal Soviet Cavalry, but the thing is, they still didn't do enough damage. Like, they killed a couple of... a couple dozen of the Vandal Berserkers, but still it's not enough to get the victory here. And my Noble Germanic Horsemen not doing great either. One of them doing very well, though. I guess that's the one that killed the Noble Ani Cav with support of, was it Ghanans Chosen, I think? But yeah, bows not doing great. And Ghanans Chosen and Ghanasmen. As you can see, none of the Ghanans Chosen trading well because they got charged. And the Ghanasmen, again, like, they did not too great either, but if we look at the Vandal Berserkers, overall they did much better than the Ghanasmen. Ghanans Chosen, his hurlers traded pretty nicely, his archers did fine, but the crossbow unit, like, that was a weird unit to bring, but it did actually end up paying off for Panda Warrior this game, interestingly enough. But yeah, that is the game. It is the third game, actually, so Panda Warrior is now up 3-0 in this best of 7. So he's on match point. If he wins this next game, he'll be in the final. The fourth game of the series, potentially the final, as I was saying before, unless I can mount a the final game, potentially, unless I can make a comeback here. And now I'm playing as the Ostrogoths, and Panda Warrior is in command of the Alans. So we'll see how this goes. Gonna go over my build momentarily. Well, when it loads up, I guess. We will see. There we go. It has loaded. Time to go slow motion and go over my build. So I have Royal Sionis General with Brace. Then I have up front a total of 4 Noble Germanic Horsemen, this Germanic Lancer in the center. Skirmisher wise, I just have the simple Germanic bows, just 5 Germanic bows in total. Now for infantry, 2 Thracian warriors on the right, 2 Thracian Oathsworns on the left, and center consisting of a lot of Gothic Folksmen, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these Gothic Folksmen, so pretty simple build by me. My general actually has the Brace ability. Now for Panda Warrior, who is in command of the Alans, he has Germanic Nobles General with Brace. Alright, then he has 3 Noble Cav on the left, 2 Noble Cav, and 1 Elite Sarmatian Cataphract Bronze 1 on the right flank. Very interesting choice to bring the Elite Sarmatian Cataphract. Then for skirmishers, well, we see that he has 6 of these Germanic hurlers. Then he has 6 Elite Agthersi warriors. So very interesting build by Panda. I guess it should be a pretty decent build. We'll see how it's gonna go. Again, I have a pretty decent infantry advantage against him, but the skirmish advantage has to go to him because he has like, what, 6 Germanic hurlers? They definitely can beat 5 Germanic bows, like for sure. So I'm gonna have to make another move. One thing I could though is I could just march in with my Germanic bows. Okay, I baited precision shot. That's one thing I can do, and then I can just run away. Okay, he's actually targeting my Noble Germanic Horseman very nicely. Here, as you can see, I'm actually starting the attack, charging into the Germanic hurlers. I mean, this is fine, because charging into these guys, like, I'm gonna kill them fast. But here comes the engagement over here. Now here's the problem with me engaging this Germanic hurler. Now I cannot support this Gothic Folksman, so yes, he got his charge onto them. He's killing a lot of Folksmen here. Just look at the Folksmen dying. Now they're down to like 70. However, this Cav unit is also gonna go down, so it's questionable whether it's worth it. Well, it's doing a lot of damage. It's killing a Folksman off, so it's probably worth it, especially as now it sets him up for another cavalry charge and his Elite Agthersi warriors going into support. So here, actually engaging the Germanic hurlers in melee with Germanic bows. Same thing here. That's a pretty good move for me to do because I don't want them to do damage. Here I should actually be moving into melee with Germanic bows as well. Now I'm setting around my Royal Sionis, trying to go for some charges onto the Elite Agthersi warriors, but my Royal Sionis is getting slowed down and getting shot by his missiles. I have to stop this cavalry unit with Noble Germanic Horseman, making sure he doesn't support here. He has an extra cavalry unit here, but I have more cavalry here. I get a nice charge off here into all these Elite Agthersi, flanking around with another Noble Germanic Horseman, so I have a superiority there with cavalry, but my unit gets stuck, so I have to pull forward here, and it's just not really good for me. Also, my Royal Sionis, I'm gonna go for a nice rear charge here into the Elite Agthersi, and it should finish off the Noble Cav as well. But here, this Noble is doing just so much damage. It's nearly up to 200 kills. That's insane. And now I get my Thracian warriors caught, and well, that's bye-bye Thracian warriors. Rapid advancing away, so he doesn't get the best charge, but he's gonna still get the charge off on me because his unit is still tired, not exhausted, so he does get a charge off. At this point, it's looking very bad for me because a lot of my units are wavering and routing. My general is not dead yet, but it still doesn't matter right now because he just got so many charges off with his cavalry and he destroyed so many of my infantry, and this is going to be a very quick and decisive game. As you can see, it's very decisive, and he has a lot of units left in this one. He still has 3 full Elite Agthersis left, ready to fight. Still has hurlers left, and his Noble 3 of them are untouched. Well, this one is actually pretty badly damaged, but overall he still had a lot of units left at the end there, so it was a pretty decisive defeat. And that means that Panda Warrior wins this semi-final against me 4-0. Is going to move on to face, I believe it is Orgeryx in the final. Should be an interesting final in this Fury of Barbarians 2 tournament. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.